Interwebs, welcome to your favorite standing in the middle of a field Sarah here with another car review. And today I have the all-new 2022 Toyota GR86. I'm out in New York right now standing in someone's lawn that I drove across, and hopefully they're not irritated with me because they had really nice lines where they mowed. All right, because I'm standing out on the side of the racetrack, I'm gonna try to make this quick for you guys, go over the exterior. I grabbed the only blue GR86 here. This one is called Trueno Blue. There's two trim models available for the GR86. All trim models come with the same brakes on this thing. It is an 11.6 inch front rotor, 11.4 inch rear rotor with a single pot caliper in the rear, a dual piston caliper in the front. And with the base model, it comes with 17 inch wheels and a 215/45 square stance on it. If you go up to the premium, you get some sticky tires, and these are the premium package wheels. They're an 18 and they're black because you can see that, you have eyes. This car's a lot better looking in person than it was on pictures. At first, I wasn't too sure about the styling, especially in the back end, but is good looking in person. These little winger madoodles that are attached to the rear bumper and rear quarter panels are part of the functional aero that this car has. They're not just for looks or for people to point at them and call them winger madoodles, which probably really irritates the engineer that designed them. I love this little duckbill spoiler you get on the premium models, but I do wish that they offered this thing in a lift back like the original Trueno, so the glass would come up when you open the trunk. It's still like the previous 86, so it is just a traditional trunk. And it's actually not too bad size-wise. If you fold the seat down, they made it so you still can fit 4 sets of wheels and tire in there, so that's nice. What's underneath here? Oh, okay, some cardboard and foam. Great. As far as the interior goes, like I said, this is a base model, so you can see what you get for the lowest amount of money inside here. I actually like the look of the cloth seats. They're super comfy. Bolstering wise, actually that's pretty good bolstering for a base model. Not bad. I like the fabric for the base model. It has the little G's printed in there, like the front grille. As far as the back seat goes, it's pretty pointless unless you're tiny. The adults cannot sit back here. Surprisingly, I actually have leg room though. Again, because I only have so much time with the car, this is gonna be quick. Just giving you guys an idea of the interior. Ignore my backpack, I got my camera gear with me. These are the standard infotainment systems on all the models. It does have fruit and robot compatibility. And it's simple in here. Yeah, there are some cheap materials, but who cares? You don't buy one of these cars because you want a Lexus. You buy a Lexus because you buy a Lexus. I love the digital climate control in here. How it is like a little transparent screen that has the temperature on the inside. Fuzzy hump in the center. I like fuzzy humps. Are these LED? No, they're incandescent. Yeah! Still got a rip it e-brake. So happy they didn't ruin this car by putting an electronic one in there. Boom, magic. The car just changed color. This one is called Track Bread, not B-Red. The interior of this one is the premium package. So it has these Alcantara suede centered seats with leather on the outside. And in case you're wondering what the bolstering like is in the premium model with the Alcantara suede seats, it's even better. It's good. These seats are so comfy. Overall, there's not a ton different with the premium model. You just get little bits of Alcantara here and there. The top of the gauge cluster right here is done in Alcantara suede also. You can write messages on here to other journalists driving the car. I like it's got GR down here on the bottom. That's nice. There's no French. Oh, there is some French up here. Meme avec des cousin goofball intelligence. They're keeping it classic. I appreciate that the door handle isn't chrome. I hate when they do that. I probably look like an idiot. I'm on the side of a highway sitting in the back seat right now. You gotta do what you gotta do. When in Monticello. That's probably a place in Rome or Italy, maybe. As far as the engine sound goes, this thing's already running because it's kind of hot out, which is odd considering I'm in New York. But let's give it a rev. Sounds good. They don't need a fake sound generator on this car. That's a good sounding engine. It sounds beefy. You can hear the displacement, the extra displacement of this thing. What do you think, Penguin? Do you approve? That's interesting. Opens like a Mercedes, kinda, how that does that. Little USB charge boys in there. In the name of science, I am now gonna give this thing the beans. I'm going to put it into track mode by holding the traction control button, which also changes my gauge cluster. So it has a center mounted tach in there. And there's also some stuff you can go through over here on the sides. On the automatic transmission models, there's an additional sport mode. You don't have this in the manuals because your left foot engages the sport mode. It still does have a track mode feature. You can enable that right here. It lets the ass end get out just a tiny bit. I'll give this thing a little assistance and let it eat. Ready? Hold on, penguin. Ooh, a little bit of wheel spin. A little bit of wheel spin again. A little bit of wheel spin again. That's good. This thing rips, dude. That's not bad. I would be curious what would win in a drag race, an S2000 or this? I know it's cliche to compare the two, but dude, I think this would get it. Hello, and welcome to Garage Science Travel Edition with Sarah. I found a garage. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here right now. I'm sitting on someone's race tire. Thank you. I'll make this quick, and I'm sorry for the noise and the wind. I can't help it. Anyway, under the hood of the new GR86 is an FA24. It is a horizontally opposed 2.4 liter four-cylinder that produces 228 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and 184 pound-feet of torque at only 3,700 RPM. So much meat down low compared to the old FA20. I'm surprised they went back to a plastic intake manifold on this FA24. If you remember the previous gen FA20 powered 86, in the mid-cycle refresh when it went Zenki to Koki, they went to an aluminum red wrinkle finished manifold. Well, now they're back to a black plastic one. Something else I thought was interesting and worth mentioning, if you look down here at the bottom of the radiator where the cooling fans are at, well, the lower half of the radiator is actually cambered in slightly towards the engine and the upper half is tilted outward, which makes sense with the shape of the front bumper, which means you have more surface area for airflow to hit the radiator and also your AC condenser. I thought that was interesting. You can see the O2 sensor right here on the exhaust manifold, super easy to access. There's tons of room up here by the accessory drive on the front half of the engine as well. It's not that cramped of an engine bay. It's time for the braking test. No one behind me? Ready? Oh, jeez! Good brakes. My forehead hurts. I think I just hurt my brain. I'm back. I'm sorry I don't have a lift available. There is one in that bay over there and it's empty. And I was thinking about pulling this car in there, but I don't want to get yelled at and kicked out of here. So hopefully I'll have one of these back in my shop soon. We can get up on the lift. Now this one is the 6-speed auto. I wanted to try both, a manual and an auto, just to see the difference. Highly recommend buying the 6-speed manual. The 6-speed manual that is in it though is a revised version of the previous generation's gearbox. It has new synchros, a twin disc clutch, and changes in gears 2 through 5. Also, it is still paired to a Torsen LSD, which is not the kind that makes you see melting frogs on your walls. This hood is so light. It's aluminium for this new generation. Okay, so I'm actually going out on the track right now with the current generation 86, just so I can see a difference between the older one and the brand new generation. So this will be interesting since I've never driven one of these on a track before. Oh yeah, already I can see a huge difference. This is still such a good car though. I wouldn't totally discredit this car as being gutless down low though. Like, yeah, it's a big noticeable difference how much more torque the new one has. Yeah, I can notice it right here. This is fun. Oh, they put a little chicane in the center of the track. Yeah, you definitely notice it in the upper RPMs too. These are fantastic cars. Yeah, that's the best way to really compare the two vehicles. This is really fun. I'm like supposed to be talking right now, but I'm just having a blast. I feel this one rotating a lot. The differences in the transmission between the two cars is tough to notice. Now driving this one after spending some time in the new 86, I do notice a little bit of a difference, but I think it really is in the clutch pedal that I feel the difference. That was fun.
That was great. That was the quickest lead and follow I've done today. And oh yeah, and you didn't miss an apex. You're awesome.
I just went out in the previous gen 86. Now I'm following it back up again in the new generation 86. And this one's a base model, so it doesn't have the grippy tires on it. So this should be fun. I do not have a car in front to lead off of, so I don't know this track too well. This is only my second lap on it, so don't hate me if my lines are terrible. I haven't that much experience on this track. I love that this car just starts to rotate just enough that you can have fun. Again, stay in third gear right there. That shift light's kind of annoying. It's doing it super early, like it doesn't need to be. Yeah! Get it, 86, get it! Another little chicane. Don't want to hit a cone. I didn't even need to downshift there. There was enough torque to get me out of it. Whee! Sideways! Yay! Brake at the cone, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm making these tires angry. Aim for the cone. And then aim for that cone. Okay, this is the fun corner. Rotate! Rotate! Yeah! This is so fun. I'm not doing much commentary that helps you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying myself. It's more than just more power. I feel the entire chassis is just improved overall. It dances around a little bit more than the other car, but it's controllable. I'm impressed. I am so impressed. I'm trying really hard to find things that I don't like about it, so it's not all positives in this review. And it's hard to pick this car apart. I mean, I'm sure if I spent a little bit more time with it, I might be able to find a few things here or there. But for a car to be fresh out of the box and have me like it this much, yeah, I might end up having to buy one of these eventually because this is really damn good. As far as driving it on the road goes, honestly, road noise wise, it's not too bad in here. Comfort wise, I'm super comfy in these seats. Suspension wise, it's firm in a good way, because I would buy one of these cars because I want to chuck it into corners, not because I want to ride in something that's like a Grand Marquis. This car is 100% an enthusiast car, absolutely. If you were on the side of wishing this car had a turbo, no matter what I say, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna be like, it doesn't have a turbo, I don't care. I guess if you're into drag racing, drifting, stuff like that, sure. But the car is so affordable, you could add a turbo yourself. That's the whole part of being a car enthusiast. Modify it yourself then. And just out of the box, for people that are into autocross or track days or just road tripping, finding fun back roads, you're gonna love this car. I think this is perfect at this power level. If I were to modify it, I think I would do naturally aspirated mods to this, just to kind of enhance what the engineers did with it. I don't think a turbo would make this any better. Fuel economy wise, I'll put it on the screen for you guys. It's it's adequate, I guess, for a car like this. It's not bad. I'm sure because it is naturally aspirated, it's gonna be a little on the lower side. If it was forced induction, it's usually how they eke out those numbers up in the 30s, but maybe it's just because these type of cars are right up my alley, but it's hard for me to find anything wrong with this. I would be nitpicking if I was trying to find faults with it. If you guys have never seen one of my car reviews before, I have multiple categories to rate and assess them, starting with the bean score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 beans, basically the feeling you get behind your belly button when you give it those beans. That was not a fart reference. Anyway, the 2022 Toyota GR86 is getting a rating of 1.7 beans. This thing is a lot quicker than the previous generation. It feels a lot quicker. It's just more meaty everywhere. I like it. I'm such a fan of this. Next up is the cookie score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 cookies based on what you get for what you spend, the assessment of value. And the GR86 is getting a rating of 4.4 cookies. The fact that you can get a base model of these still under $30,000 with how expensive cars are today, I think that's excellent value. Lastly is the penguin score. It is a rating of 1 to 5 penguins based on how much I personally like a vehicle. And the new GR86 is getting a rating of 4.9 penguins. I am absolutely in love with this thing, but I have one complaint. There's just not enough colors. They have some great colors available, but I want to see some other stuff like Hakone green on the new generation. That would be amazing. And also yellow. I think this car looked fantastic in yellow. And also an option for some Brembo brakes would be nice too. Like an extra performance package that you can go above and beyond. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review and I will see you soon with another. Bye.
Hi.
I don't know who this guy is. What is he doing here?
This is, of course, the Toyota GR86. I'm sorry, are you busy here?
Oh, sorry.
So,
he's my fill-in. Bye.
This color is Torino Blue. Do you know why it's called Torino Blue? Because that was one of the classic Toyotas. Rear-wheel drive, front engine, ultimate sports car. You want to take it from here?
I don't think he knows I'm wearing a lav mic.